What's up everybody, it's Martian here. So today I'm back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 20 words you might be pronouncing incorrectly. And I guess you might be wondering, how do I know this? This is because pronunciation is one of the most challenging parts of learning English. I mean, like, pretty much everybody struggles with pronunciation, and I personally know what it's like to struggle with pronunciation. And you know what? You really want to get it right, otherwise you're going to mess up your thoughts and ideas. I mean, like, you're not going to be able to express your thoughts and ideas clearly. Anyways, let's go back to the topic. So pronunciation is one of those things that takes a lot of time and a lot of guts to actually master, and pretty much everybody who learns English struggles with it, and it really takes time to get it right. Before I tell you why you might be pronouncing these words incorrectly, I'm going to show you something. Look at this sentence. I'm sure you've noticed that there are some missing letters in there, but you can still read the sentence, right? Why? Because your mind has a very sophisticated capacity for generalizations and intuitive thinking, which actually allows you to sort of like make some generalizations and have some kind of like intuitive thinking to actually fill in the letters that are missing so that you can read the sentence. Now, this capacity for generalizations and intuitive thinking is a very fascinating thing, but it also plays tricks on you sometimes. Like sometimes you look at a word in relationship to another word, which is actually going to make you to read it in relationship to the other word. And at that time, your eyes actually play tricks on you. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about exactly as we go on. Now, the other reason why you could be pronouncing those words incorrectly is because, you know, the right pronunciation is just counterintuitive. I mean, like, it's not what it seems to be. It's contrary to intuition at times. These are some of the reasons why English learners mispronounce some of the words we're going to be talking about today. And just like always, guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notifications bell so that YouTube will let you know whenever I drop a new video. So we're gonna get started right now by actually talking about a word that I mentioned earlier. I'm talking about this word. Can you try to pronounce it? This is gonna be pronunciation. Pronunciation. Not pronunciation or pronunciation or something like that. People actually mispronounce this word because of the word pronounce, which is actually the verb of pronunciation. So people think about pronunciation in relationship to the verb pronounce, and guess what? They end up getting tripped up, which makes them say something like pronunciation or pronunciation or something like that. This is pronunciation. Pronunciation, right? Pronunciation. Now we're going to talk about this word. Can you try to pronounce it? And just to give you a hint, the letter B is not going to be pronounced, like it's a silent letter. So it's not going to be subtle, but rather subtle. And by the way, in American English we say subtle, and in British English we say subtle. So the letter B is not going to be pronounced. So this is not subtle with the letter B, but rather subtle or subtle, omitting the letter B. And by the way, subtle means something that's not obvious. I'm going to give you an example. There are subtle differences between American English and British English. I'm talking about differences that are not readily discerned. What about this word? Can you give it a try? This is not going to be colonel. So we have some silent letters in there. I'm talking about the letters L and O. So this is not going to be colonel, but rather Connoll. Okay? Connoll. Can you say that with me? Connoll. And by the way, Connoll means a commissioned officer in the military. I'm going to give you a hint to remember this one. Just try to remember the name of the founder of KFC. I'm talking about none other than Mr. Connoll Sanders. Okay? So it's Connoll, okay? Connoll Sanders. And by the way, he was a very great entrepreneur, like one of the greatest entrepreneurs of our times. What about this one? Can you try to pronounce it? So this is going to be kilometer or kilometer. Actually, in American English we say kilometer, but in British English we say kilometer. I'm going to speak a little bit more quickly now. This is going to be kilometer or kilometer, right? And by the way, kilometer means a unit of length. For example, I walk 2 kilometers per day, but when I go running, I actually do 3 kilometers, I guess. Kilometer or kilometer. What about this word? This is actually the plural of nucleus. And nucleus means the central part of something. I'm talking about the core of something, the most important part of something. And this is a technical word in biology. Now, can you try to pronounce it? Nuclei, okay? Nuclei. What about this word? Can you give it a try? It's actually tempting to say niche, but it's definitely not the case. So this is going to be niche. Now, people say niche because they're actually tripped by the CH sound at the end. It's like so many people know that the CH sound is ch. For example, watch, speech. So this actually makes people generalize. This word is not going to be niche, but rather niche. It's counterintuitive, right? But this is actually the right way of saying it. Niche, not niche. And by the way, niche means cavity or hollow. What about this word? Can you give it a try? This is not going to be chore, but rather choir. Okay, it's a little bit contrary to intuition as well. There is chore, which is a different word. Like the spelling is pretty different, okay? Chore, which is like an activity. And choir, which is a singing group. So if you actually mispronounce this word, you're actually gonna mess up your message. Like you're gonna say chore when talking about a singing group, and your listener is actually gonna be misled into thinking that you are actually talking about chores, like household chores or activities. What about this word? Can you try to pronounce it? I've actually heard so many people saying both, but it's wrong. So this is not going to be both, but rather both. For example, can I take both computers to school? Like you're talking about two computers. So it's both, not both. What about this one now? This is not going to be hotel, but rather hotel. Hotel. Like the stress is at a different position. What about this one? Can you try to pronounce it? This is not going to be polis. People actually confuse this word with policy. Okay? Policy is a different word. This one is going to be police, right? Police. Police, policy. And by the way, policy means a code of conduct, like in a company. What about this word now? Can you try to pronounce it? This is going to be chocolate, okay? Chocolate. Not chocolate, but rather chocolate. Like there are two syllables, okay? Chocolate. Two syllables. Now, when you say chocolate, you're actually adding in an extra syllable, which is not supposed to be there. Like in spelling, there are three syllables, but in pronunciation, there are two syllables, okay? So this is going to be chocolate, not chocolate, okay? Chocolate, chocolate. Can you say that with me? Chocolate, chocolate. And by the way, do you like chocolate? I personally don't like it, but I get a lot of friends who are crazy about it. What about this word? Can you give it a try? This is not going to be vegetable, as some learners say. Actually, they say vegetable because of the word table at the end. Table when it's alone. So it's not going to be vegetable, but rather vegetable, right? Can you say that with me? Vegetable, vegetable. What about this word? Can you give it a try? And by the way, this is one of my favorite vegetables. It's actually tempting to say lettuce, lettuce, or something like that. But it's actually going to be lettuce, right? Lettuce. In American English, we say lettuce. But in British English, we say lettuce, right? Lettuce, British English. In American English, we say lettuce. What about this one? Can you try to pronounce it? There's going to be some silent letters in there. Actually, it's going to be some sort of like a silent syllable. So this is not going to be restaurant, but rather restaurant, okay? Restaurant. Can you say that with me? Restaurant. And by the way, do you like eating at a restaurant? What's your favorite restaurant? What about this one? Can you give it a try? And by the way, remember the CH sound like ch. For example, watch, speech. It's not going to be applicable to this word. This is not going to be chaos, but rather chaos. Okay? Chaos. And by the way, chaos means disorder, like out of order. Like that's when you're talking about something that's a total catastrophe. So it's not chaos, but rather chaos. What about this one? Can you give it a try? This is not going to be recipe or something like that, but rather recipe. So the stress is placed in the first syllable. And by the way, recipe means a formula. I'm going to give an example. Running away from problems is a recipe for disaster, for catastrophe, for chaos. Like it's a formula for failing, okay? Recipe, right? Recipe. What about this word? Can you try to pronounce it? We have an S in there, but the sound is totally different. Like the sound is shu, not su. Okay, so this is gonna be sugar, sugar, not sugar, but rather sugar. Okay, sugar. What about this word, which is actually one of the days of the week? It's not gonna be Tuesday, but rather Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday, Tuesday. Now we're gonna talk about a last word, and it's gonna be this word. Wednesday, okay? Not Wednesday, but rather Wednesday. Wednesday, right? Okay guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you tomorrow.